Hey guys, it's me, Maria Baskets, back with another video slash episode, whatever you want to call it, of Twilight Sparkle and the Crystal Heart Spell. So here's Miss Twilight Sparkle. I'm gonna zoom out a little of her. See. Now she's perfect. Now, so recently, Cadence has been, guiding Twilight around and all that, blah blah blah. Now Twilight is getting some information from Cadence. Shining Armor just doesn't understand anything. So now, Chapter 5, A Gift Horse. Cadence led Twilight through a massive wooden door and into a lush castle bedroom. It was decked out in rich royal velvets of deep purple and gold. Hundreds of precious gems of every color adorned the bed frame and hung from the chandelier. An early evening light shining through the tall, gilded window panes was dazzling. It raked across the gray and silver stones of the walls and onto the lavish furnishings. With all the glitz, the castle quarters would have suited Rarity perfectly. The only thing that screamed Twilight was the fully stocked bookcase in the corner. Twilight blinked her eyes in disbelief. This room is all mine? Well, not all yours. Spike popped out from behind the purple drapes and did a vaudeville middle dance. Surprise! Cadence laughed at the little dragon's antics. Spike! Twilight exclaimed and instantly felt guilty for leaving him behind earlier. Sorry I left Ponyville in such a rush. You know how I get when I'm on a mission? Do I? Ever! Said Spike. It's just lucky you came back here when you did. I almost ate that entire bed frame while I was waiting for you. Spike's eyes grew large with longing as he looked around the room. Jewels and crystals were his favorite meal, and it had taken a lot of self-control to keep from nibbling the furniture. Good thing you didn't. Twilight eyes landed on a small, wrapped golden box with a bow on top. It was sitting in the center of the bed. Spike, you didn't have to bring me a present. It's not even my birthday. But I didn't. Spike scratched his head. I don't even know where that came from. It's from me, Cadence said, nudging it towards Twilight with her muzzle. Just a little gift from one princess to another. Cadence winked. Twilight tore open the packaging. Inside was a beautiful necklace made of purple jewels, and at the center was a large prismatic gem in the shape of a heart. Hint, hint, wink, wink. It had a special quality to it that Twilight had only seen on one other place. Around Cadence's neck. Cadence, is this your favorite necklace from when we were growing up? As a filly, Twilight had admired the necklace. It had always seemed to be an extra special in some way that she couldn't quite place her hoof on. Cadence smiled warmly. Of course it is. I think that it's time that a new princess wore it proudly. Oh, Cadence! Twilight put the necklace on and spun around. Spike's eyes were glued to the adornment. Twilight admired herself in the mirror. I'll take such good care of it. Thank you. Of course, my dear new sister, Cadence said as she made her way to the door. I just want you to know one thing. Twilight was still spinning in front of the mirror, dreamy-eyed. Yes? She said, although it didn't seem like she was paying much attention. The rare gem in the middle has been enchanted with a powerful charm, Cadence explained. As long as the pony wearing it is filled with the magic of love and positivity, the necklace will wrap her in warmth and protection. That sounds amazing, Twilight said, looking down at the rare gem in awe. Wait, is it the same necklace from the story that Prismia wore? It very well may be, said Cadence with the wink before she turned to her son. But you must also remember that if the pony wearing it does not display those traits, it will only serve to magnify the negative thoughts and doubts within her," cautioned Cadence. "Be careful, Twilight. Remember, if you stay true to your heart, the spell will soon reveal itself." And with that, Cadence was gone. "Got it," Twilight replied lazily, exhausted from the long journey. Finally began to overtake her sleepiness. She felt as she climbed onto the cushy bed and nuzzled down into the covers. In the morning, she'd begin to look for the elements of a perfect kingdom. "True to your heart," she whispered before falling to a sweet, dreamless slumber. It was the sound sleep of a princess with a purpose. She'd only been there a day, but Twilight Sparkle's crystal suite was already a mess. From all the books from a shelf in the room were pulled out, littering the floor and bed. Some were open to pages filled with spells and history lessons. Others lay closed in stacks. Spike sat on the window seat, gazing out at the panoramic view of the Crystal Empire, and then looking closer with a telescope. He was trying to guess how many crystals were out there, and also how yummy each one would taste. "Where did Cadence say she started looking for the spell?" Twilight asked Spike, who hopped down and started restacking the books on the shelf. It was almost like being back home in the cottage. "I don't know," Spike replied. "I was up here waiting for you, remember? I didn't hear her story." Twilight wandered over to the box that held her gorgeous new necklace. It was sitting on a beautiful dresser with a mirror. As soon as she slipped on the necklace and looked in the mirror, she knew exactly what to do. She asked her friends for their opinions. "That's what Cadence did," Twilight exclaimed. "Spike, take down a letter. No, make that 5 letters. I'm going to hold a secret spell summit with my best friends." A meeting of the greatest minds in Ponyville was just what she needed to crack this case wide open. Chapter 6. On a scroll. I want to show you this. I made this a long time ago, but I like it. And that's what's been stuck in chapter number 6, because I like that chapter. Spike had been extra busy all day delivering the invitations for Twilight's emergency secret meeting. He'd visited Fluttershy's cottage first. She politely accepted and asked Spike if he wanted to come in and play with her new fruit bat, Toby. "He's ever so shy, and I think he could use a new friend like you, Spike," she said in her tiny, gentle voice. "Sorry, Fluttershy. I have all these scrolls to deliver for Twilight. Maybe Toby and I can hang out later." Spike chuckled at his own joke, but Fluttershy looked confused. "Get it? Hang out? Because bats hang upside down?" "Oh, yes, of course. See you at the meeting." Next, he found Applejack working in the orchard at Sweet Apple Acres. She bucked her hind legs against a tree, and a batch of juicy apples came tumbling down into the basket. "A meeting for Twilight?" Applejack looked relieved. "Phew! No pony was seen around for a few days. I was about to send out the Apple family search party." "Did some pony say party?" An excited Pinkie Pie popped out from just behind a tree. "Because my party watch just went on." She held her hoof to show Spike and Applejack a bright neon accessory. It looked just like a watch, but instead of numbers, it had pictures of colorful balloons, streamers, and confetti with the word "party" spelled out 12 times, where the numbers should be. Little blinking lights rimmed at the edge, and a honking noise was being emitted from a tiny speaker at the top. "But where are all the numbers?" Applejack asked, confused. "Who needs numbers?" Pinkie said in a shrug. "To see what time it is, silly." Applejack threw her hooves to illustrate her point. "But it does tell time. It's party time all the time," Pinkie shouted with glee. "Now, who said the magic word, huh? She came up to Spike and looked him straight in the eye. "Was it you?" "It's not party, really. But here you go, Pinkie." Spike handed her a scroll. She quickly unfurled it and read the message. A secret meeting party? Oh, goody yum chops. I have to go get ready. And then Pinkie Pie bounced off toward her house. Thanks, Spike, Applejack said, shaking her head. I guess you can count me and Pinkie in. Rarity, on the other hand, was less thrilled about the invitation. She peered down at the scroll through her purple cat-eyes work glasses. I'm in the middle of making a huge order of ornaments. Can this wait till later? Rarity's always trying to finish some new garment or accessory for a carousel boutique. She was a very hard worker. Twilight said it was an emergency. Spike looked down at his feet. He didn't like to upset Rarity because he really liked her. But she always responded to a few well-worded compliments. Say, Rarity, have you done something super special to your maid? It looks super-duper shiny today. Well, actually, I did go out to the spa this morning and to have my hooves done, and they gave me some new conditioner. Rarity began to ramble. 5 minutes later, Spike was still standing there. And then I said, Darling, if you must do my toes, well, I'll just do it. I knew it'd be worth it. Well, looks great. Gotta run, Spike said quickly before heading off down the road. He spent quite a bit of time listening to chatter at the latest beauty treatments in Ponyville, and now he was running late. Luckily, he had only one stop left. Rainbow Dash was the last pony he had to invite to Twilight's secret meeting. Special delivery for one Miss Rainbow Dash! Spike shouted half-heartedly at the clouds. He was ready to call it a day by the time he reached Ponyville Park. It was directly under Cloudsdale, so there was a good chance of finding the Pegasus there. Rainbow Dash! He cried out impatiently. Have a very important invitation to a very secret meeting at Twilight Sparkle's cottage. Hold your pony, Spike, Rainbow Dash said, swooping down from the cloud. I'm coming. Rainbow zoomed by a cloud that looked empty, but hidden inside was the nosy Gilda the Griffin, and she had heard every word. Suddenly, the secret meeting was not so secret. Time passes. So what in tarnation is this all about, Twi? Applejack asked as she bit into one of the apple fritters she'd bought for the meeting. All 5 of Twilight's best friends had shown up, even though surely they had other important things to do. Twilight knew she was lucky that they had come to help her, no questions asked. It filled Twilight with a sense of pride and warmth that made her new necklace shine doubly bright. Twilight cleared her throat and looked at each of the ponies in the circle. Thank you all for coming, she began, and was immediately interrupted by Rarity. Is that divine necklace around your neck made of cosmic spectrum? She stared at Twilight's new accessory with desire. I have only seen pictures of it in books. My goodness, it's gorgeous. It almost looks like a mini version of the Crystal Heart. Rarity trotted over to get a closer look. Thanks, it was a present from Princess Cadence. You know what they say about cosmic spectrum, Rarity added to the other ponies. When you wear it, you must remember. Oh, yeah, totally. I know all about it, Twilight said in order to keep the meeting moving. Twilight didn't want to listen to Rarity talk about gemstones right now. The clock was ticking. Rarity shrugged and a little hurt. She trotted back to her spot and plopped down. Anyway, thank you all for coming on such short notice. Twilight looked around at each of her friends with genuine gratitude. I've asked you here because I desperately need your help. I know, Pinkie interrupted with a squeal. You're planning an undercover jewel heist mission, and you want us all to join Sparkle 6? Twilight shook her head. Not exactly, Pinkie. Pinkie Pie was wearing a tan trench coat and a fedora hat in an attempt to disguise herself for the meeting. She had also brought along a drink she had called Secret Punch as a refreshment, but she wouldn't reveal what the ingredients were because it was a super big secret. As a result, no pony wanted to drink it. Or you volunteered to plan this year's hearth-warming Eve pageant and you need us to help? Pinkie Pie, it's still summertime, Rainbow Dash said, rolling her eyes. I don't think that's it. Whatever it is, can we just get started? Rarity whined. I have lots of work to finish back at the boutique. Those hornets are due in Mythica, New York, and by tomorrow morning they aren't going to finish rhinestoning themselves. Do you have the time, Pinky? Rarity motioned towards Pinkie Pie's party watch. Sure, Pinky said and looked at her wrist. It's party. Pardon me? Rarity didn't quite comprehend. Applejack and Spike couldn't help but giggle, since they knew it was coming. The time is party. It's party time! Pinky cheered in a skipping lap around the room. Everyone laughed except Rarity, who just looked annoyed. Okay, everyone, that's enough, Twilight said. Down to business. The ponies finally listened as Twilight recounted her trip to the Crystal Empire, sparing no details. She told them all about Cadence's journey to find the Crystal Heart Spell. Twilight explained that the only way she herself would find it was with the help of her friends, just like Cadence. So I need you all to come up with some ideas for my future kingdom. If you don't, I'll never find the spell, and I'll never learn to be a leader, and I'll never, ever be a great princess, Twilight said in one breath. She had a tendency to exaggerate things. Calm down, Twilight, Fluttershy said, patting her on the back. I'm sure we could figure this all out together. Together? Twilight said hopefully. You'll help me? The rest of the ponies nodded and held up their full cups of secret punch in toast. Together! So, next chapter is chapter 7. I'm going to stop right there. And chapter 7 is going to be called Brainstorming the Castle. So, I just want to hint you guys out on something. So, this right here, the Crystal Heart Spell, is actually going to be used for an episode in Season 4, they say. And I know 3 more episodes as well, but I'm not going to share that in this one. So, hope you guys like that. And stick around for chapters 7 and 8 for next month. I almost said week. And peace out, guys.